Hey, how you doing? I'm Pete Niro. Thanks for being here. I hope you're having a great long weekend. And here we are. We're still kind of in quarantine, but we're making the most of it. I'm in my personal recording studio, my stand-up studio here. Welcome. And here we are. And a friend of mine told me, when you try recording a different set, a set that's a little more interesting, a little different than what I usually do. He said, try your anal sex set, your anal sex routine. There actually is an anal sex routine. Now, based on my personal opinion, my personal experience, my perspective, anal sex, there you go. Some of us love it, some of us hate it, some of us don't give a shit either way. But I've always thought that, when you're planning to have anal sex, there's a certain etiquette, a certain procedure, a certain preparation that you need to do before you engage in anal sex, just to make the experience pleasurable for all the parties involved, right? Cheers. But say for instance, take for instance, hypothetically speaking, you get, and by the way, anal sex, there needs to be a preparation and a procedure, and it's not to do with, it doesn't matter who's having it, a man or a woman, a man or a man. Hey, I'm an equal opportunity anal sex person. I'm personally heterosexual. What I'm talking about is, it's based on human mechanics, human body mechanics. Doesn't matter who's having the anal sex. It's based on the human body mechanics. Now, say for example, you get a man having sex with a woman, okay? And say they're doing it doggy style from behind, typical vaginal sex, okay, right. And then the woman gets really excited. She turns around, she turns her head and she gives you that look over the shoulder, staring at you behind her, as having a great time. I'm having a great time, you fucking me, but why don't we try some anal sex? Why don't you try fucking me in the ass? Now, you may be tempted to jump right into it, and that is fine. This is based on my opinion and my experience. You can do whatever the fuck you want. I'm just, entertaining you for the long weekend here. But you may be tempted to jump right into it, and you maybe not be ready for it. It may be your first time. It may be your partner's first time, whatever. And it's going to be awkward. It's going to be, you're going to be nervous. You're going to be all clenched up anyway. Your sphincter is going to be like, you might not get in there anyway. You know what I mean? And if you do get in there, you're risking taking a drive up the Hershey Highway. There's no preparation. Who knows what the fuck is in there? You don't want to be like stabbing chocolate sausages, right? So it's better to prepare. If you know you're going to have anal sex with your partner, whoever it is, and it's better to prepare mentally and physically for it. For example, if you ever had a colonoscopy or know someone who's had a colonoscopy, you take a laxative a day or two before, clean yourself out, drink a lot of water. Clean yourself up, clean it up back there. Make it nice back there, clean up the backyard a little bit, make it fresh, mow the lawn back there, make it nice and slippery, nice and damp, and be clean, clean fucking shit up back there. Figuratively and seriously. Because that way, when you prepare that way, and now you're prepared mentally as well, it's gonna be a lot more pleasurable. You take your time, you relax, lots of foreplay, lots of heavy breathing, a shitload of lube, and you know what? A plastic shoehorn might not hurt. Well, you know what I mean. But then, you're gonna enjoy it more. You're gonna first of all be able to actually have the anal sex, and it's gonna be enjoyable. You might be a little nervous, but you're gonna do it. And that way it's more calculated, it's more prepared, it's more, you're expecting it and whatever. And then, some people get to love it actually. Then you end up going like from being your first time, very nervous, you're all tight, you're all everything, and then after about a month that you try it, if you might love it, and then you end up like you go from absolute nothing and being an amateur at it to like, showing up at the hospital with a security guard 1.5-foot flashlight shoved up your ass. People start shoving everything up their ass. They start fucking everything. I knew a lady who got into it so bad, she ended up at the hospital at the ER with a fucking family-sized Costco bottle of Pert shampoo up her ass. But anyway, it's not here nor there. So this is it. I mean, I'm not trying to offend anybody. Well, I am kind of. If you're offended, fuck it. But this is it, right? A little bit of preparation, a little bit of take your time, prepare, clean up for it, right? Because it's going to be better. Again, whether you're a man and a woman, man and a man, I'm equal opportunity. It's human mechanics, right? So that I understand. Now, the one thing that I always thought was weird, and I'm going back years now. I don't know a couple decades maybe. Have you ever heard of the expression the gerbling? Have you ever heard of gerbling? When people actually shove a fucking live rodent, a gerbil or a hamster or whatever the hell, up your ass. This is what I heard. I'm not really sure I've ever seen this before. I don't think I have. But this is what I heard, and this goes back years ago. Gerbling, I never understood that. To actually shove a fucking live hamster up your ass. So this thing is going to go around in your colon and you're going to get your jollies. I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that one. And it's not because you can do whatever the fuck you want, but I don't understand that one. My kids have a hamster. He's a vicious little motherfucker. And he's got big teeth for the size of him. You put your finger in there to give him food. He actually drew blood once. They got big teeth. They're little vicious motherfuckers. And you're going to shove this fucking thing up your fucking ass? It's going to go all over in your colon. And besides the fact that it's the epitome of animal cruelty, I mean, this thing's going to start freaking out. It's going to start gasping for air. It's going to go fucking nuts in there. It's going to ruin it's going to turn your colon into fucking Swiss cheese. I don't understand. And maybe it's a good thing for me. I don't understand. It's not really into that. But the whole concept seems weird. Like, this thing is going to be up inside. Like, he's going to fuck your whole colon up. And then what's the plan when you're done? What's the plan to take him out? Like, do you tie a string around his foot before you shove him in there? So then at the end, you can just grab the string and yank him out like a tampon? I don't understand how this procedure ends. But yeah, I never understood the gerbling thing. Don't know if it's actually true or an urban legend, but to me, that's fucking... I don't know, man. The night may not end like you planned it to. Anyway, I'm Pete Niro. Thank you for being here. Have a great long weekend. Welcome to my temporary stand-up studio. I fucking love you guys. Peace.